Hey everybody, it's Mark Vogt with MTech here to talk to you guys a little bit more about PowerApps, SharePoint, and Microsoft Flow and why I'm so excited about it. In the past, developers in any organization have to service a tier of people. At the very top, you've got the monks. These are the people that actually write the enterprise class software in an organization. Directly underneath them, you have the power users. Underneath them, you have the rest of the users. Historically, the challenge has always been that for the monks to actually service all of the users, that includes the power users as well, you end up with a very difficult ratio of solution developers, solution creators, to solution users. Typically, it's on the order of 1 to 100, even 1 to 200 and beyond. That's because the monks actually end up using software that belongs only in the realm of the monks. They're going to use tools like Visual Studio and all of their ilk, any major IDE. Because of that, power users don't know how to use this. The monks themselves have been developing a particular kind of software, solutions that are patterned a certain way. The most popular one of which is called an MVC design pattern, a model at the center, at the core of that solution. Somewhere at the top is also software that provides the view into this model. At the bottom is the logic, otherwise known as the controller. I like to call it the logic, I prefer that. But in this MVC style, you've loosely coupled the view from the controller. You can dole all of the software out to different people on the team, and they can build all the different views only having to know about the model. They can work on the controllers only having to know about the model, but the view developers don't have to know anything about the control. They only have to care about the model. So you end up with this nicely scalable solution that you end up with developers in each realm that are working on these different pieces, allowing you to make good enterprise class software. But what these people are all using is that Visual Studio. Because of that, the solutions they can provide with Visual Studio are only created by the monks, which means you have this horrible ratio of solution providers to solution consumers. What Microsoft has done in the last couple of years is create a new technology that allows the power users to actually enter the realm of creating this enterprise class software. And what is it? It's SharePoint in the middle with its lists, its libraries, its repositories. That information becomes the model, because essentially what a model represents are facts and figures about your universe, about your environment that you care about, your company, the world, etc. SharePoint and SP lists, SP libraries, entire site collections allow you to create a model, a very, very rich, multi-dimensional model. The view is provided by none other than PowerApps. Its ability to spawn out responsive applications that look very much like what we would call a progressive web application. They can run inside a tablet, inside a cell phone, etc. But they give you a view into SharePoint. So they actually satisfy that view component in an MVC model. SharePoint provides the model, and now you need something that's actually going to provide the logic. The logic is provided by Microsoft Flow, which is probably the world's coolest scalable service-oriented architecture that lives up in the cloud and can see into everything. If PowerApps is providing the view, SharePoint is providing the model, and Flow is providing the controller. This is all in the realm of a very large group of people that are the power users. Which means now you end up with not a ratio of 1 to 200 people that you're trying to support, between the solution providers and the solution consumers, but instead the power users become a part of that solution builder equation, so that you end up with much nicer numbers like 1 to 10, 1 even to 5. And suddenly the ability to create enterprise class solutions rests in the hands of two different groups of people, the monks and the power users. What do I mean by power users? Genuine power users, rogue developers, black IT, the department level, business unit level developers have access to these three tools, and they can start building this view model controller type of scalable enterprise class software. In fact, it's amazing. What's available inside Flow is somewhere on the order of access to 200 plus known services beyond Microsoft. Everything in Microsoft, OneDrive, Exchange, SharePoint, Azure, you name it. I do it to Azure all the time, but also Salesforce, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. Flow has the ability to interact with that, making for a very rapid application MVC patterned architecture, and the only difference is in the tool sets. The power users use what I would assert is a more sophisticated, more graphical interface. The monks are going to use the more brute force, down in the weeds, Visual Studio and other IDEs, but they both provide MVC solutions to the masses. In our future segments, we're going to start diving in on how we can use PowerApps and SharePoint and Microsoft Flow to start building even AI-driven models. That's what comes up next. But I just wanted this video to set the stage for why we're excited and why the power users developing these solutions should actually be proud that they're using this technology. They're stepping right up to the cutting edge, the absolute cutting edge of application development technologies. Again, this is Mark Vogt. I'm with MTech. I hope you really enjoy the series. I'm looking forward to it. We'll talk to you real soon. Bye. Cut.